original St. John's School was opened in a log cabin on Green Park Road in 1842. This location was home to St. John's for the next 53 years.
And then for whatever reason, they decided that that was too far north and they wanted more of the population was down this way, so they wanted it here. My great-great-grandpa owned a farm which included this and everything over to Gravois Creek, pretty much to Union Road with a couple of cutouts, Will, Lemay Ferry, kind of that area.
In 1895, St. John's School was relocated to a brick two-room schoolhouse built at the intersection of Will Avenue and Lemay Ferry Road.
Before this building, there was an 1895 brick building that was here and two smaller white frame buildings behind it. When they decided to build this building, or actually the front part of this building, everything was going to get torn down. My great-grandparents said that they would take one of the white frame buildings that was in the back. So they had a company loaded up on wagons and they moved it behind their farmhouse, which is just 3 doors down the street here, and it's still there.
The front part of the existing St. John's building was completed in 1922, and students first began attending classes here in January 1923. Construction on the new wing of the school began in 1957. It included 8 classrooms, a multi-purpose room, a gym, and a cafeteria.
Because people were continuing to move out from the city and they were building all these subdivisions around here and they needed more space, you know. That was somewhere in the late 50s. I can vaguely remember it being built.
St. John's School is closed in 1981. The following year, Melville School District leases the building to St. Louis Community College, who operates out of St. John's for nearly 2 decades.
It was an elementary school for a long time, and then St. Louis Community College used it for quite a few years for like the South County Education Center.
I started by taking classes with St. Louis Community College here. My first trip with an academic advisor was in this building. It was pretty bare. It was nowhere near as decorated as it is now. The bookstore was in the cafeteria. There was no kitchen equipment, so all just books back there. Then you would get your textbooks from the cafeteria counter. Being here in college, even back then it was set up for younger kids. So all of the sinks were at your knees, and that was always interesting.
After St. Louis Community College left, the St. John's building sat vacant for several years. There were even talks of tearing it down. Scope, the district's alternative school, moves to St. John's in 2006. Scope students and staff called the building home for more than a decade.
We kind of just sat here and they were going to tear it down. And so then Melville suddenly needed it again.
In 2006, Scope moved from a storefront at Grasso Plaza into this building. We were very happy to occupy this building because we had space, we had classrooms that the students could really feel like they were in an actual school building. We were able to have a graduation, a real graduation here. We were able to have a prom here. We were able to do things that we could not do at the storefront.
In 2017, Scope moves to the Witzel building across Lemay Ferry Road. And Mosaic Elementary, the district's new school of innovation, opens in the St. John's building.
In January 2017, the board approved that all the work that we were doing was going to become a school. Here's a space. It's going to be in St. John's, which has been in the district for many years. And I was just thinking, oldest building in the district with the newest teaching practices. And how do you take a building that has served in the district for so many years and retool it for new practices? August of 2017, Mosaic opened its doors to students from all around the district. And so that first year we had kindergarten through 4th grade, roughly 250 children that would be the first class of Mosaic. And now, as we enter the 2022-2023 school year, we'll have our first graduating class that's been here since kindergarten all the way through 5th grade. What we want when our students leave Mosaic, we want them to be independent learners, we want them to be creative, we want them to be thoughtful, we We want them to be empathetic to others. We want them to recognize who they are as learners and as individuals, and also understand who they are and what impact they have on the community around them.
I was a student here. Now my daughter's a student here. She's in 5th grade now, but she's been going here since kindergarten. So it's kind of fun to come here and go down the hallways that I came down, but now go down them with her.
I always joke it's kind of the 6 degrees of St. John's. It seems like everyone has a connection to this building in one way. Either, hey, I had a grandparent that came here, in elementary school, or I attended classes when this was a community college.
It's really fun being in a building like this, knowing that there's been decades and decades of students coming through here. We love history and being a part of the community and being in a building that has been part of the community. That's really fun. It's a building that everybody knows, but a lot of people don't know what it's been or what it was even 2 or 3 decades ago.
As long as education is being conducted in this building, because that's what it was donated for. It was always to be used for education. And I'm very happy that it's going on.
I know that this building has served the community and thousands, if not tens of thousands of students for a long time. So it's really an honor to be able to continue the heritage of this building. If we think about St. John's in 1890, or we think about it in 1922 or 1955 or 2022, the same thing is there. One is to serve our community, to support our students and our families, and to help them be the very best they can be. So to know that we are continuing that tradition, and here in the Melville School District, it's a great honor.